Hi Scorpio, this is your ex-partner reading. Because I'm late finishing the ex-partner spreads, time span wise, I'm doing it for the end of March, even though today is the last day, and the beginning of April. So Scorpio, 2-row spread as usual, you on this side, ex-partner on this side. Central issue, and we will look at the cards at the bottom of the deck. So, the central issue is the 8 of Swords. So this is mental imprisonment, okay? Somebody keeping themselves stuck. Normally it can be from fear of moving on. So we keep ourselves stuck here. But the thing is, it's all to do with our thoughts. It's not the reality. So, is this you, Scorpio? Is this your ex-partner? Indeed, is this both of you? But whomever this is talking about, that blindfold has got to come off, okay? Now, the card you've got first is the 5 of Swords. Now, this talks about conflict. Out of all the 5s, it's the one that I least like. Because whether this is you, Scorpio, or your ex, we're dealing with somebody here who wants to win at all costs. Ends up hurting other people. Other people end up reaching a point where they won't get drawn into any more arguments with you. They're going to turn their back and walk away. Now, as I said, Scorpio, this is either you that's behaved in this way or your ex. But the card that they have the Strength card. And this is about needing to find that internal strength. It's not physical strength, it's internal strength. Internal strength to be able to deal with something. So, you know, please don't hate me, Scorpio, because it can always go vice versa. But I do feel there's an element of that 5 of Swords is more leaning on your side than theirs. Next card, we have the Moon. So, Scorpio, is this you feeling hesitant about taking a new path? A new path that's going to mean you are completely on your own, or a new path that's going to bring you to your ex-partner. But also, with the Moon, we don't have clarity. We don't see things very clearly with the light of the Moon, and it can often talk about secrets. Are you keeping secrets, Scorpio, or do you feel your ex is? They have the 6 of Wands. Now, this is a card of victory. Coming through something that's been challenging. Conflict, battle. And coming out the other side victorious. So, again, you know, they're having to show strength in the present. They're having to be strong. But by doing that, they can come out victorious. It can be a card that talks about attention and wanting attention, but I don't feel that. I feel it's more talking about victory here. Now, moving down, Scorpio, you've got the 3 of Swords. Now, for anyone that was just listening to the Libra reading, I did say in there that quite often with the 3 of Swords, I feel the energy of needing to get to the heart of the matter. And by doing that, we need communication. The 3 of Swords, as we know, it can talk about heartbreak and sadness. So there can be an element of that here. But I do feel that there is an element also of needing to get to the heart of the matter here. And I think, Scorpio, for you, it's talking about you needing to get to the heart of the matter on what it is that you truly want. Now, the next card is the Queen of Swords. And the other two cards I pulled for you was the Lovers and the Seven of Pentacles. So the Queen of Swords, this can be the other person, a possible air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It doesn't have to be, but that is a possibility for some of you. But the Queen of Swords can be quite cutting, quite sarcastic with her communication. And she will use her sword to cut through to the truth and to speak her truth. Sorry about that, Scorpio. I just needed a sip of water. See, I feel for a lot of you, that Queen of Swords can be you. And maybe, you know, it's here to symbolise that maybe you have been more logical than emotional, which is very unlike a Scorpio. But maybe you have been quite cutting with your communication towards this person, quite hurtful. Now, the Lovers talks about a personal relationship. It can talk about how committed we are and a commitment. Then we get that Seven of Pentacles. Now, that talks about having come so far in this relationship. They're reaching a point where we start to question the investment we've made. And is it worth continuing to invest in this relationship? On their side, they have the Knight of Cups. So this can be a card about charging in and making, you know, a declaration. It can talk about heartfelt, you know, something heartfelt being offered here to do with feelings and emotions. Is this coming from them to you or you to them? Next card, Eight of Cups. Then they have Judgment, followed by the Sun. The Eight of Cups can be a card about walking away. I've heard some say with the Eight of Cups, it doesn't always have to be permanent. It can be a temporary energy. But the Eight of Cups talks about somebody here that thinks, you know, I've invested heavily here and I managed to give 8 cups and receive 8 cups. 9 cups would have been wish fulfillment. But no matter what I did, no matter what I gave, I couldn't get that 1 cup. So it talks about a relationship here where something is lacking. Something, or that the person felt there was always something missing. Then Judgment. Judgment is about resurrecting or making that judgment call. Do we resurrect this relationship or make that judgment call here to call it a day? The Sun card, as we know, is the most positive card in the tarot. It illuminates things. We see things more clearly. It energizes us, rejuvenates us. The cards at the bottom of the deck is the World card. Now this comes after Judgment. And the World card talks about the closing of a chapter. Starting a new chapter. Closing of one door, if you like, to open a new one. See, I think, Scorpio, that a lot of you are questioning whether or not you want to go back to this person. And I think for a lot of you, your decision is that yes, you do. And I think that Knight of Cups is you going to make some form of emotional declaration. But I do feel that the ex-partner, and it may very well take all their strength here, or it's taken all their strength to get over this relationship and get over you. But I do feel that your ex is going to decide to move on. Is going to decide to make that judgment call here and move forward. Okay, Scorpio, please remember it's a general reading. And please remember, it can go vice versa, okay? So maybe some of the messages there for the ex, you know, will apply more to you, okay? So keep that in mind. But this is your reading, and thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.